Alright, let's get to it. I'm John Retton with my review of WWE Smackdown from Nashville, Tennessee, home of many, many great wrestling moments, and this show. Man, they are just dragging their goddamn feet and their broken bodies and their broken limbs to the finish line that is the Royal Rumble in just a week. The next premium live event. Can't call them fucking pay-per-views anymore. You gotta call them premium live events. 30 men, 30 women, all human centipede together, presented to you with an undercard that's looking pretty solid. But man, the Rumbles, I think, are going to succeed despite WWE's best efforts to basically torpedo any hype that could possibly be built for them. I just don't fucking get it. And you know what? The shows are so goddamn similar. I mean, there are a few little different things, but as they've released so many goddamn people, now they're having to rely on, like, the core people and, like, okay, go out and just do variations of the same shit you did. And there's nothing wrong with trying to, like, build some feuds, but the problem is, especially on this show, if they try to build any feuds, they're feuds either people don't really care about, or in the case of one feud, it hasn't gone anywhere. It seems to have gone around in circles, made this, all this deja vu never end. And, of course, Seth freaking Rollins. To the point where they're going to hammer it into our head. Ow. Anyway, so we get recaps of Seth freaking Rollins and Roman Reigns, and then the Usos attacking him on Raw. And every week I keep hoping that Michael Cole will just fade away from commentary because he's so fucking bad at his job. God damn it, he is terrible. The Usos are here to celebrate Roman Reigns' record-breaking Universal Championship reign. 508 days and counting. It's going to go till WrestleMania. I would be shocked if it didn't go to WrestleMania. It won't quite be 600 days by WrestleMania, the stupendous two-night spectacular. Oh boy, that's going to get really, really wordy and really, really annoying. So it's fitting for everything that Vince does. So here's Reigns. 5 minutes of entrance. Actually, I think it's more like 2.5, but still. He wants Nashville to acknowledge his meat. Stop thinking about it, everybody. I know you're thinking about it. And we get a video package of highlights, and then here's Seth freaking Rollins. I'm just going to keep doing that. I might have to end up getting a full or notepad at one point, probably for the Royal Rumble. Man, that's going to really hurt. But he interrupts, and I don't know why the fuck he was wearing a throw rug that you would see in a 70s porn video. Don't ask me how I know about that. Always delete your search history. And he's like, if you want a message, you could just text me. You've got my number. The Usos hold you up. They're the longest reigning SmackDown Tag Team Champions. And also, they've helped you stay. They've propped you up, just like me and Mox did with the Shield. We get it. You used to be the fucking Shield. You were the Shield for about 1.5 years. Not that the Shield wasn't really good. But come on, guys. Let's stop acting like the Shield was so fucking iconic. If you think the Shields are iconic, that's fine. I will not hear that they are one of the greatest factions of all time. They certainly did a lot better in WWE, given the booking even back then. I mean, we're coming up on the 10-year anniversary in November of The Shield debuting. Whatever. It is what it is. I will say I am happy that Mox is back and healthy. You can check out my Rampage review for that, and check out my Dynamite review for that. Reigns says, oh, it'll be a one-on-one match. You have my word. And Rollins says, well, how about I find a tag partner to take on the Usos? If we win, then they're banned from ringside. Well, no one's going to team up with you. Here's Kevin Owens. Because what the fuck's the brand split? The brand split don't mean anything anymore. Pretty soon, by Mania or right after Mania, they're just going to combine the rosters. I mean, they still have a lot of wrestlers that they don't necessarily use, but they might as well just combine the rosters. Make it Raw and SmackDown Super Show. Super Mario Brothers Super Show. Oh, Captain Lou, he was talking to you. So, Jay accepts that. Reigns doesn't look very happy. And then Reigns basically says, when you lose, you will lose your shot at the Rumble. Okay. So then we get Moss and Corbin doing bad comedy with dubbed crowd noise. Because the crowds can't even be bothered to care about these stupid fucks. Why is Moss dressed like a discount firefighter stripper? Why? Why is Corbin allowed to wear shirts so goddamn loud that astronauts in other fucking galaxies can hear and see them? That's just not good. Big E was in Kofi's corner. Kofi and Big E, because Xavier's out and I hope Xavier recovers. Kofi versus Madcap Moss. And Cole explains the Rumble rules. Can we just toss Cole out of the company, or at least off a commentary? He's just so fucking rotten. Pat McAfee is so much... Pat McAfee is the only one that is making SmackDown commentary tolerable. And stupendous two-night spectacular in Dallas. Can we just leave Dallas, please? And so Kofi wins, and then afterwards, Big E hits the big ending on Moss because they're splitting up Moss and Corbin. Why they ever made him a team in the first place, I have no idea. And this is nothing against Moss and Corbin as people, but just, it's a stupid act. It's really, really dumb. And I've seen a lot of dumb shit in my 37 years of watching wrestling. So, progressive match flow with Nanny and Aaliyah. Subtle. So, like a goddamn notepad to the head. So, anyway. Please welcome WWE legend and Nashville's own Summer Rae. If she is a WWE legend, then I'm a multi-billionaire. This is nothing against Summer Rae, but come on. Legend? Fucking legend? Legend stretching it for even some, of the guys from that era. Legend stretching it for even some guys in the Attitude Era. WWE legend Summer Rae. I mean, I'm happy she's back in the Rumble. Maybe she'll get a chance to actually goddamn wrestle. She can really get a chance to show what she can do, at least that often on the main roster. Got to do a little bit more in NXT. Legend? Yeah, fuck off with that shit. Come on, guys, come on. Let's be serious here. Nashville's own? I believe that. So anyway, Nanny versus Aaliyah, again, and all because of the Guinness Book of World Records or whatever. And Aaliyah, I mean, just moving so remarkably well despite the fact that things have not been the same for her since August 25th, 2001. But she ended up getting a DQ win because Natty would not stop kicking her in the corner as Aaliyah was staring up at the spotlight. And she's pissed. And then remember Xia Li? Xia Li, who has not been on TV for at least 3 weeks. 3, if not 4. I'm actually struggling to remember when she was last on TV. I believe Natty and her promoted it a little bit after Xia Li made her debut. Xia Li looks great. And I hope that this can work. But if they're not going to feature her more than like once every 3 weeks or once a month, people are going to forget about it. The 3D graphics rather look like shit. This is bad television. With women that could actually do some stuff. Women that actually, Natty, I would consider much more of a legend than Summer Rae. I don't know why I'm harping on this so much. So anyway, and then Pat pulls out a dictionary to come up with all the variations of what stupendous means. That was more entertaining than anything Michael Cole has done on commentary, outside of him saying Sasha Banks and Bianca Belair, the first time 2 African-American women have main evented a WrestleMania. That lone line in like 10 fucking years, that's about the best. That's the best thing that, has happened with him around commentary. Pat, though, pulling that out was great. Los Lotharios make their entrance. That is the second biggest blooming rose I have seen on the internet. You don't want to know about the first. And the Raiders took on Los Lotharios. And in the next match, the Raiders won, by the way. It's time to join the rave. I'm going to put that for Naomi. Because that makes more sense. Because the Raiders are fucking stupid. It's stupid gear. They were better as War Machine. And she has glowy sticks and glowy shoes. Naomi versus Charlotte. Smackdown Women's Title Contenders match. Contenders match thing is getting just so beaten to our skull. Hey, Sonya makes herself the referee. Oh boy, this feud continues. This feud fucking continues and we don't know why it's continued. And... they tried to explain the stuff like, you feel like you're a main eventer and you're just an extra. I want Sonya and Naomi to get featured more. I don't mind the fact that they're being featured, but there's a way to do it without having it be a terrible feud like this. And the storyline's going nowhere. We get a ref bump. Naomi had the pin after she calls it the rear view, and then Sonya calls for the bell when she's caught in the figure 4. What in the Bret Hart is going on here? And this just feels like the same repetitive shit we've seen for the last number of months. And they're going to try to eke this out until Mania, and it's not good. It's not good. Kayla interviews Owens and Rollins about the main event. Another Insane segment. I would like whoever came up with these Insane and all this Johnny Knoxville involvement to be hit with a claw hammer repeatedly. Preferably, Texas Chainsaw Massacre style. Actually, that was more of a meek. You get my point. Whoever came up with this stuff is a goddamn idiot. Sami Zayn re-sign for this? I mean, I'm glad he's getting money. He does great stuff for charity and has done great, work getting mobile clinics going in Syria because he's a great humanitarian. But seriously, and Johnny Knoxville can do all the stuff for charity he wants and everything, and people can like Jackass. It's fucking stupid. This is worse than the Bad Bunny involvement, which I had to eat crow about because Bad Bunny actually took it seriously. And I'm not saying Knoxville's acting like it's beneath him, but the vast majority of people don't seemingly want to see this. Of course, there were people in Nashville that were cheering for Knoxville, but then again, they voted for Glenn Jacobs to be mayor of one particular county, so I'm not going to necessarily account for the taste of an entire state. I don't even know if Knox County is anywhere near Nashville. I don't really fucking care. This was stupid. It was shock therapy stuff. I wish that whoever actually had came up with the idea for the Goldberg thing actually used a legit shock stick on everybody involved, including Bruce Pritchard. I mean, it wouldn't have affected his heart because Bruce Pritchard never had a fucking heart. Paul Boss should rise up and slap the fuck out of that goddamn red-faced hillbilly. All right. So yeah, he dumps him over the top rope. This was embarrassing. And I know there are some people that like it. That's fine. You can like it. I hated it. Pierce and Bischoff. Bischoff's back because apparently Tony Khan didn't want to keep paying him. Here's Sonya. Pierce says, hey, Sonya, you've abused your power. You're going to face Naomi next week. I'm going to talk to people. Okay. She'll fake an injury and we'll continue to eke this thing out. WWE 2K22 ad. The graphics look good. It can't go any worse than WWE 2K20. Sheamus with Ridge Holland, who is back against Ricochet. Here we go again on my own. And it's a bro kick to the melon of Ricochet. No, I can't rhyme, and who the fuck cares? Ricochet lost. Good. And nothing is Ricochet. I don't care. Reigns with the Usos in the back. We go to a break, and then Rick Boogs and Nakamura are there, and suddenly Jeff Jarrett, who's apparently skinned a cow, still hasn't drawn a dime, is there. Why? I don't know. But Boogs, playing one guitar string, has drawn more dimes than Jeff Jarrett ever would. And ever will. Usos took on Rollins and Owens in a match that was fine with a lot of move spamming at the end, and Reigns came down to cause a DQ. And by the way, I didn't probably explain this. In case you're wondering why this review's late, it is due to the fact that for the next few days, I have to work the closing shift at my work. So if you're still watching at this point, thank you very much for that. Thank you very much for watching in general. The Raw review will be delayed and the NXT review will be delayed. Dark Elevation and Dark, I'm debating about whether I'm going to review those this week or just cut them out. We'll see. Anyway, agree, disagree, what I said, like, share, subscribe, Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Retlin. I'll see you soon.